There's a metal plaque on the bench.
Is there a message engraved on it?
I think there was at one point, but someone scratched it off. A pointless little stone.
I don't know.
Want to play hide and seek?
I could be persuaded.
Hi. It's a sea serpent, turned into stone by a wizard.
Ah, if you say so. What happened to its head?
Beheaded. By the same wizard. Looks like it might be about to fall apart. Grimoire, you go first.
It's Tangle Tower, or at least it's the mansion at the base. Is that a clock?
If it is, it's a clock with 4.
I'm guessing it doesn't tell the time.
So what does it do?
Nope.
So moving any of the hands turns the adjacent hands in the opposite direction. It's like cogs on a machine.
I guess that's wrong.
Did you work out what direction each hand needs to be facing? Each one ends with a little hoop. Try looking through the hoop and ignoring the rest.
Reset the puzzle. Just gonna rest my brain.
Whoa, nice cape.
You're not fellows or pointers. I'm sure I shall immediately regret asking. But who are you, and
I'm Sally, and this is my sidekick Grimoire.
A private detective, Grimoire.
Really? You're a detective. If this is a joke, it's not a good one.
Who are you, anyway?
Private Detective Hawkshaw.
Oh, nice. Hawkshaw's a cooler name than Grimoire. Maybe I'll become her sidekick.
You're not on the
That is classified information between myself and my... Clearly, this is something which eludes you. But a real detective refrains from handing out information.
Right.
Now, if you would, I have worked. It's not in my interest to discuss personal details.
Even if you're one of the suspects in a murder?
Very well. Let us make a small ask.
Oh, what are you doing?
I'm on a case at the behest of my...
How long have you been at Tangle Tower?
133 hours. 5.5 days.
Who are you working for?
I am not at liberty to answer that. Now, I shall permit you...
What crime are you...
How'd you get that scar?
You really think so? As it happens, I completed an examination of Flora's room. I've been investigating every
Did you find anything unusual?
Nothing but a thin layer.
Was Flora in there at the
She
time?
spent the duration of my search. Didn't say a word. Although
What did you do after that?
I spent the early evening search. It took longer than it should have. Fiona leaves that room in a permanent...
Fiona was in the library too?
I expected her to make an appearance.
And you stayed in the library?
Not quite. Quite the stoic statue, isn't she? I can only dream of being as...
You think she's hiding something?
Perhaps. She has some strange habits. I heard she barely sleeps. An hour here or there. Spends the rest of her time staring. 314 cases. 314. Freya Fellow is of great interest to me. I perceived her to be the most intelligent. Within a day, she had identified for whom I didn't know how she did it. I regret that I did not question.
You
I have only myself to blame.
What signs?
I do not wish to do... Considerably intelligent, and her powers of observation. She has no
In
ambition.
her defense, she's still a teenager.
Barely.
Poppy has remarkable musical talent. She could be famous, wealthy even.
She'd probably have to leave Tangle.
Quite. Tangle Tower. No idea why they insist on calling it that. It's little more than a pair of turrets stuck on...
Have you...
I believe so.
He wants to know if you found it.
Huh. I'm afraid the residents of Tangle was disappointed too. You truly consider this a case file?
What's wrong with it?
No organization.
That's my style. I like seeing everything...
How quaint. Where'd you dig that up?
It wasn't buried. It was underwater.
Someone trying to conceal evidence, perhaps? Have you deciphered the meaning of those 4 symbols on the harp?
We're working on it.
That's a no, then. Conveniently left anonymous. It's useless until you can prove to... Can you do that?
No.
No. Makes quite an impression, doesn't it? Although I can't imagine why she painted Flora wielding a knife.
You didn't see a knife anywhere in Flora's room, did you?
I did not. I conclude whatever step... Unless... Of course.
Surely you don't believe...
A detective's... A somewhat cumbersome device, and an altogether...
What kind of music do you like?
I like anything.
What a cop.
I believe that was in Flora's room yesterday, but it was not crap. The paint is still wet.
Yeah, well, we know...
Do you know that? How? Because you were told? You got it open. I'm impressed. I managed it myself. Hiding something.
It was empty yesterday.
It was. Is that a clue?
Dunno. It was important enough.
I framed my log.
Same.
A photograph of Freya. Could be important. Paints?
Yep.
Paints.
Mm-hmm.
A book from the library. What makes this one special?
It's about birds.
Yes. A diary.
Not yet.
And you...
That would be cheating.
When did Freya draw the picture of you, Hawkshaw?
I didn't model for her, if that's what you're asking. She must have done it without...
Could just be from memory. It's not quite...
I admit, it's Freya was a talent.
Someone even liked it enough.
Now, we don't know why. Perhaps they just want... Some breed of amphibians. Although none of the statues show the creatures.
I guess we'll never...
Towards the early evening, my examination of the library was unexpectedly sounds of running, wailing, shouting from several floors above. I vacated the library, but before I could begin my ascent, Professor Pointer appeared. He emerged from the Pointer staircase, crossed the hall, and begun up the fellow staircase. Our eyes met. He was breathless. Something had caused him great alarm. He told me to stay out of the way. I consented. I decided to return to my office in the stone square. As I was passing through the front door, Penelope called out from behind me. She was clutching the banister of the Pointer staircase with an apprehensive manner. She wished to know where Professor Pointer had gone. I told her what had transpired. Then, she too crossed the hall and disappeared up the fellow staircase. More so than at any moment prior, I felt like quite an intruder in the house. I took my leave, out towards the stone square. The grounds were silent. There were no signs of human life. Even the greenhouse was without its typical inhabitant. I noted that he, too, must be entangled in whatever was transpiring in Fellow Tower. An unremarkable hour passed before the gardener finally made his appearance. He spoke to me of what had occurred. His report was as clumsy and cumbersome as the man giving it.
Did he seem upset?
He was rattled. That much was clear. But sorrowful, mournful, I cannot say.
They're bird cages, but the birds are coming and going freely.
Is that a metaphor?
Oh, it totally is. Check out that butterfly.
Looks evil.
Wow, judgmental.
A rather magnificent bush.
There's a letter P carved into the side. I don't like mirrors. They steal your soul.
How do you get your hair so symmetrical without using...
I do it by weight. I can feel if one side is heavier than the other. They're bird cages, but the bird... Oh, it totally is.
And especially...
And it's home to 3 especially fancy birds.
My little writing desk.
There's nothing written in the book, although someone...
What's with those little windows down there?
I think they're there for
Oh.
training.
A rather magnificent bush.
There's a letter P carved into the side.
I feel like I'm standing in a giant bird cage.
Oh, just beautiful. What is
Huh?
sort of a delicate jade, but with a little seafoam green, is that right?
Sorry?
Your hair, dear! Which shade do you use? It's lovely! That shape. You're really pushing.
Oh, thanks. I do what I can to offset Grimoire's beige on brown.
Detectives don't need... We prefer to blend.
Oh, you're the detective? Danny Pointer. Pleasure.
Is that short for Penelope?
Officially, yes. Penelope sounds a little...
Sure.
20-something. Aquarius. Love to travel. And nearly all of my friends are birds.
Travel? Where to?
Anywhere at all, as long as it has species worth studying. Ornithology, they call it. I'd call it the only thing I've ever been good
And have you studied the birds here at Tangle Tower?
at. But of course! Where else do you think? No matter where I go,
Because of the birds.
Oh, no, because of silly to admit, but I suppose I can't bear...
Who are you talking about?
Oh, don't you know? My fiancé. He's not really the
Fitzfellow.
the very one.
You're engaged to a member... That's interesting.
I'm not especially interested in whatever tedious, and I find it much easier to stay out of it altogether. I awoke early and headed down into the greenhouse. He's always there.
How come?
It's where he's happiest. That, and he has a great deal.
Do you help him?
Oh, no.
So, you stayed with
No.
Fitz?
Did he say why?
He didn't. Probably just a touch.
What did you do after that?
Let's see.
And how many birds are you responsible?
Officially 4.
Can they not feed themselves?
Of course. And they often do. But I think they do. As do I. A fellow bird enthusiast. She's quite the expert, truth be told. Studied them professionally at one point.
Are you friends? With...
A little bit.
a little bit friends.
She's one for the peace and quiet. I dare say I'm a little too loud.
I can see that.
I do admire her, though, really. Always felt like she could have done better than settle for Felix.
Ouch.
I said it. She's a most unsavory little... She was incredibly rude about my...
Which part?
If I were her, I mean, look at her. She looks like... I just wish...
Professor Pointer?
Oh. Did you... She'd sit in the aviary, first thing in the morning, and paint the birds. Sometimes she'd ask me their names.
Freya was interested in studying bird species too?
No, just wanted to know their names. Isabel, Clementine.
Got it, thanks.
For my 21st birthday, she gave all the birds. I can't begin to...
Sounds like you two were close.
I feel like I always struggle. But she... Oh, she's beautiful! Wait, is that me? She mostly ignores me, if I'm honest.
How come?
Well, we're not quite on the same intellectual level.
I mean, well, you...
No. I'm... Oh, did you talk to Poppy already?
Yeah, a little bit.
And did you make any notes of what she told you?
Yeah, I did.
Lovely. Burn them. It'll all be lies.
Why would Poppy lie to us?
Because that's what she does. She's a snake. Looks like one, too.
Don't you think you're being a little unfair, Penny?
She started it. I must say the girls are awfully well. I think they know we're in the
They
present.
belong to you?
They need a special dye, but they're all one of a
Do
kind.
they have names?
Of course. Let me introduce you to.
I've already forgotten all three of those names.
Which one is which?
Oh, that's simple. Tatiana is the oldest.
Glad we cleared that.
What about the one on your
On
head?
my head? It's just my hat. It doesn't have a name. Freya was very talented, even at that age.
Do you know how old this photo
Not
is?
sure. Sometime before. Looks a little simple. Thought she was a grade
I
12.
didn't know there were that
I'm
many.
sure they invented. Oh, that's rather sad. Gaudy old thing, isn't it? Flora seems very fond of it. I've never understood why. I could say this.
Heyo!
Freya doesn't take very good care of her paints, does she? But then she was always at her own priority. Somebody taking an interest in
Extinct.
Oh, yes. The book is very old. Most
Well, what about this bird, though?
this one. Well, it was thought to be extinct for a long time.
So it's not.
You misunderstand. The very...
Oh.
Ooh, a secret.
That's our guess, too.
Excellent. Very nice.
You've seen these before?
Yes.
All of them. Even this one of.
Yes. Very nice.
You've seen these before?
Yes.
All of them. Even this one of.
Yes. I know a lot of people rather like. I find it overbearing. For some reason, I think she was more trouble. Lives in the music room.
Currently.
How terrible.
You recognize it?
That color scheme. 3 different pinks. Obscene. Poppy's gramophone. As a young child, on account of it belonging.
That's cute.
Oh yes, adorable. I doubt Freya intended it, but the overall effect is a little unsettling. Don't you think? It's Flora that's the problem. She's an inescapably haunting. Hello. Who penned this juicy?
We don't know.
An anonymous letter. Classic. I'm sure I've read about this creature somewhere. Don't remember anything about him playing the harp, though. Goodness me. Poppy really doesn't take care of her belongings, does she?
It wasn't in Poppy's room. It was in the little pond in the garden.
Exactly! Hardly the place for it. Finally! I get to see a detective.
That's a very specific...
I'm guessing she said no.
Would have been much more polite. Instead, she accused me of... You know, it's probably to a visitor. Fresh eyes.
Not to you.
Try living. If it wasn't for my...
What about you're the next?
Well, but no.
Is that fair?
I couldn't care less.
We can get into Penny's room now.
Now, like, right now? They're bird cages. But the birds are... Oh, it totally is.
It's a bird bath. Such
The birds?
They're even singing. Toot, toot.
Please don't do that.
Three birds. What makes them not be happier?
But then
I wonder.
It's Tangle Tower, or at least it's the.
Nice.
How do you know
Why
this?
else? Plus, there's a treasure map hanging directly. What's the deal with that painting on the front?
Not sure. We should check that treasure map, too.
Nothing.
Did you check the treasure map for clues? And what about that painting on the chest itself?
Still locked.
I think there's a connection between the painting and the treasure map. Like they're different versions of the same thing, maybe?
That was
The padlock has 3 different inputs: a letter, a number, and a compass direction. It's just a grid reference for the map.
That was
The
incorrect.
padlock has 3 different... It's just a grid reference for the...
I'll come back later. A little hand-painted statue.
How can you tell it's handmade?
Well, the paints are right
Also,
there. I mean, no offense, but you can just tell.
What is it?
He's an imp.
What does he...
Well, if you tell too...
Oh.
The entire room is...
Oh, it's not just... I think it's the actual host. Puffer?
Yes, it's also a lamp.
That's a massive conch shell. Do you think this...
I hope so.
An old...
Probably cursed.
A pencil drawing of a mountain on...
Mood.
Sir? Can you hear?
Good, Miss Felix.
And,
No, that's
Thanks.
If you would, Mr. Fair.
must
Oh, yeah?
out here uncovering secret. That's what life is all
Secret
about.
room?
That's all.
So, Felix, what exactly do you...
Is it not explore?
We're talking like...
It's a I've certainly seen.
And,
You listen. But it's simply not. I go wherever the
Don't you
wind.
live here with your...
Yes, well, and with the flora.
nothing wrong with raising...
Don't miss. They are the greatest treasure of all.
Uh-huh.
So, Felix, what exactly do you... do?
Is it not obvious? Explorer.
We're talking like...
I've certainly seen.
And,
You listen here. But it's simply not. I go wherever.
Don't you live here with your wife?
Yes, well, and with the flora.
nothing wrong with raising a family.
Don't they are the greatest.
Uh-huh.
Why on earth would you want to know about that?
The murder of Freya Fellow.
Ah, right.
Hear that, Grimoire?
It's a...
I just. Mostly, I was working on
Your room is quite close to...
what qualifies as unusual.
What have you got?
It was dusk. A feeling lingered in the air. Malevolent, perhaps. Uncertain as life itself.
Abridged version, please.
Right, fine. I heard someone heading down the stairs. Just outside my room. The footsteps were calm, orderly. Shortly afterward, I heard. This time I could tell just from the sound. So I looked out and I got a glimpse of Poppy. Didn't know what to make of it, to be honest. I thought perhaps she'd... So I looked into his room, just in case, but it was empty. As was the garden beyond his... Back in the hall, she was heading... Went Fiona soon enough.
Including...
Not I.
that a clock?
If it is, it's a clock.
No.
So moving any of the hands like cogs on a machine.
No, that was it.
Nice work. What's in the box?
A little, but I'm not actually sure what it is.
Did you get anything useful out of him?
Not sure.
Nothing worth committing to
I think he knows more
Probably. But talking with him is so... I'd tell him not to quit his day. But he hasn't got one.
This belongs to you, huh?
Correct.
And
It's my hand.
What do you magnify with?
Trace particles.
have you used it here?
I have.
What were you looking
That is...
Foregone drifter. Is it bravery? Nothing darker. Feathers flashing in the light. From a shield my eyes. Light is shining. Whose paints are those?
They belong to Felix.
I think it's kinda cruel to keep 3 birds in one cage like that.
Does Penny know?
Oh, she does. Penny can be a little... Did you find that in Fifi's room?
No. Should we have?
No, it's just... It looks like some...
Name, Felix Fellow. Likes, collect dislikes, notes.
And,
I have no point of compare. I would
no?
You asked me about. Do not get upset.
What
that
makes him a bad
he has trouble expressing.
grimoire?
No. Name, Haksha. Age, likes, quote, dislikes. Name, Penelope Pointer. Age, likes, birds, notes. Penelope is very beautiful. I have never had very much in common with her. I am scared of birds.
Why?
It is an irrational fear.
Oh.
A wooden carving of my father. Now that I do not understand. This belongs to Professor Pointer.
No?
Who else would
It's a
own-
telescope.
Oh, yes. It could only be you.
We met Felix, your husband. He's one of our suspects, so if you...
Nice try.
What do you know about Penny?
I can't really imagine those two
You
being.
never know. Do you know anything about these birds? Or...
What do you think of your husband's hobby?
do you have any hobbies?
Sometime in the evening, but he was muttering. I followed empty aside. I don't know what it was. I inquired about the professor. I ran up the stairs, hoping to catch up with him. For some reason, he was coming. Told him I was looking. Could see from the hallway. The door. I knew then something was terrible. A moment later, we were gazing. Uncle Pointer was there. Fitz too.
What about Flora?
Of course, silent as ever. Uncle suggested we should leave. Give the others some space, you know. So he and I both returned to our rooms, and Pointer... A bit vain to call...